Hello guys, welcome back to another custom tactics video. Today, post-patch 4321 pro player custom tactics and instructions. Let's get straight into it. This video was meant to come out a few days ago. Someone asked me if they could make a 4321 post-patch, so I'm doing that now. That was a few days ago. It was meant to come out like Friday or Saturday or Sunday, one of those days. It's now Monday, so sorry it's a bit late, but anyway, these are still post-patch and they work really well. And I only sort of found out about these yesterday, so I wouldn't have been able to get them out before anyway. So let's get straight into it. It's tactics first. Don't want to waste your time. Defensive style, sticking on balance. I don't really want to use a press on this formation, so I've sort of figured out presses work best on the 4-2-2 and sometimes the 4-2-3-1 if you play them right, but they sort of work better on attacking formations, like very attacking formations. This formation, just using a press doesn't really work well, so I'm going to be sticking with balance. It saves your players energy, stops them being drawn out of position more frequently, so balance works well. Width on 40 just to bring your formation in, your players in narrower when you're defending, just making it harder for the opposition to break you down and get through the middle. Quite self-explanatory. 70 depth, so 70 and above depth you get an automatic offside trap. If you see when we go to 71, the sort of description thing underneath the depth on the side changes. That's because it's sort of becoming much more attacking. Just 70 to 71 is sort of from the end of balance. So 70 is like the top of balance and 71 is like the bottom of attacking. We want to sort of keep it in the balance range, but we still get the automatic offside trap for 70. So we're using 70 depth. I know that sort of, I probably didn't explain that very well, but just trust me, 70 depth is what you want to be going with. Build-up play is on balanced. Pretty much just gives you the most freedom on the ball. Long ball can be sort of too predictable quite a lot of the time, and you sort of lose the ball quite often, and fast build-up works well on some formations. Post-patch is really not as good as it used to be, so we're going to use balance today. Forward runs on the chance creation, the meta for this year. Direct passing and forward runs work so well. We're using forward runs on this one just to get our front three players. So you see the left forward, the right forward, and our striker. They're going to be our forward run players, and we need them to make those runs so we can get the through balls through to them. Widths, keep it nice and default on 50. Don't really want to mess up the shape of the formation, so keeping it on 50. Plays in box on 4. We don't want to overload the box too much. I normally say overload the box, but in the instructions we're going to manually choose who we want overload in the box, which is why we're sticking it on 4. And then corners on free kicks, just stick on 2 and 2. That's not very important. Right, striker, stay central, stay in the centre of the pitch in line with the opposition goal. Getting behind, making forward runs behind the opposition defenders. So getting behind, you need to use when you're using forward runs. It works so well together, and it pretty much just helps each other out. They sort of overlap slightly. So stay central, get him behind, and also stay forward. So your striker's not coming back with defending. He's always going to be up there when you need him. For the left forward and the right forward, exactly the same. Stay forward, get him behind, and stay forward. They're pretty much just like strikers out a little bit wider out. They're not really like wingers. Sometimes they'll drift out wide, so you may want to use balance width. Actually, I'm going to say balance width on your left forward and right forward, so they sort of have a bit more freedom with their positioning rather than being stuck to the one position. But apart from that, getting behind and stay forward is what I tend to use on these players here. And then for your free centre mids, for the central one, make sure you have all of them on cover centre. That is important. You want them all on cover centre. For the left and the right one, you want just pretty much all default. But I recommend stay on edge of box across for the two on the outside, just so they're making sure they're not pushing into the box. Otherwise, you're going to have so many players overloading the box, and you're going to sort of leave the defence very exposed. You want those stay on edge of box across. Doesn't mean they're staying back. They're still going to be going up for an attack, but just not quite into the box. You can have them staying completely back if you want to and stay back while attacking, but I'm just going to leave it on default. For the centre one, is sort of up to you. So obviously you want cover centre again, and then it's sort of up to you how you want him. You can either leave him quite default like so, or you can have him stay back while attacking with stay on edge of box across, more defensive, playing as more of a holding centre mid, or maybe a box to box midfielder. Or if you want a more box to box midfielder, then go with get into the box across or get forward. I think this sort of depends on what player you're having. So if you've got a more sort of well-rounded player, then you just get forward and get into box across, then more like a box to box. If you want a more defensive player, then I recommend going with balanced attack and stay on edge of box across. Personally, I like this one being more box to box. It's quite an attacking formation, and you've already got 3 midfielders, so it's not too much of an issue if one gets drawn out slightly, because it still can help with the attack and support the 3 up front. 2 centre backs always leave default. Your fullbacks stay back while attacking or overlap with balanced runs. It's sort of a difficult decision to make. So I normally say if you've got wide players, then you stay back while attacking, but it's very hard to know if the left forward and right forward in this formation are wide players or not. So I guess it's up to you. If you want your fullbacks going forward, feel free to do that. If you want the extra defensive help, keep them on stay back while attacking. Otherwise, use balanced attack and overlap. That's completely up to you guys, but make sure you have overlap on if you're using balanced attack. Do not use inverted or default. And then your keeper, always use comes acrosses and sweeper keeper like on every formation. And that is it for today's video, guys. 4321 post patch, top 200 in the world, custom tactics and instructions. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions or want to see any more formations, just anything like that, if you want to let me know anything, just let me know in the comments. I'll reply as quickly as possible and help you out, or just get another video out if you want to see it. And that's it for today's video, guys. 4321. Thanks for watching. Enjoy using this formation. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.